Hey, Mountain Ghost 556. Okay, so I got tagged by Creative Redundancy, and he said, "Hey, let's do this 10 questions survival tag." Well, I thought I'd give him a shot and play along with it. So, number one, he asked, prepper, bushcrafter, or survivalist? What do you fit category do you fit into? I said none. I say none. I say I'm a realist. I incorporate all those categories and all that genre into me, and I'm a realist. I realize things have gone bad. Things do go bad, and I've seen them go bad. So I'm a realist. I'm not one of those people that go, oh, I'm just simply a bushcrafter, or I'm simply a survivalist, or I'm simply a prepper. Because if you limit yourself to those categories, you'll never expand outside of your territory. And survival means surviving something. Like I said in one of my videos, if you're not in need of help in some way, whether you do it yourself or somebody helps you, if you're not needing help, you're just roughing it. That's my single saying that I tell people. If you're not in need of help, you're just roughing it. Okay, so number two is the 10 C's. Once again, categorize and minimalize things to a certain extent. Really, just as a beginner, I like my lists. I like, oh, I need this, I need that. But as somebody that's gotten into extreme conditions, environments, unaustere areas, I've learned what works and what doesn't work. What I thought out of a 10 C's list, the 3 C's, a 4 C's, or 250 milliliters, I've learned what works for me and what doesn't, and that's experience. But as far as the 10 C's go, or 3 C's, or 5,000 milliliters C's, or whatever, they're good things to follow by as a beginner. But once you'll start to ditch certain things, and you'll start to learn certain things that work and don't work. But you have to put yourself in those conditions. Okay, books versus hands-on. That's a hard one for me. I'm going to say hands-on because I love hands-on. But yet, I can't stick with that. That's a lie. I'm more for books. Because books are resources. They're reference material. They're always going to be there. They're always going to be at your side. Although, I don't know how many of you actually had a house full of books that you had to move. Books are one of the heaviest things you get to move in a house. So just don't move a lot if you own a lot of books. There's a tip. So books, I'm going to go with books, 100%. As I would say hands-on, because I'm a hands-on person. I like to learn hands-on more. I always find myself referencing my books, and I have a really nice library of, as you can see, these are a variety of the books that I'm into, and that's the stuff that I'm into. But I'm going to go with books, 100%, because the person that taught you is never going to be around, and skills are perishable. Even if you find yourself adapt at one skill set, then all the other skill sets are going to perish because you're focusing on that. So I'm going to go with books because your teachers are not always around, but a book will always be around. So the next one would be number 4, carbon steel or stainless steel. I'm going to go with carbon steel because I live in the desert and I don't have issues with rust, but I still don't mind carrying a carbon steel in a hot or cold humid environment, maybe the Pacific Northwest or say Eglin Air Force Base down in Florida. So it's one of those things. I don't mind carrying carbon steel because I maintain my equipment and everything all the time because it needs to function when I need it. So I'm going to go with carbon steel always. As I got this right here, this is my SRK. This is I don't know if you can see it. It's a carbon V steel. I've had this knife in 2 deployments. It's the best knife I have. I have other knives that are better, but overall this is better, and it's a carbon steel knife, and I maintain it. So with that being said, let's move on to the next. Skills, my best skills. I really don't have a best skill because I'm always trying to update them and train with them. As far as skills go, I'm going to say I like fire. I can make fire. I'm good at fire, but I'm not the best at fire. As far as all my other skills, I just constantly keep training and updating. And with one of my jobs, I have to update my skills. So constantly, always learning those continuing education credits. That's important. Okay, as far as skills to work on, everything, once I said, comes into the books. I work on my skills every day when I read clouds, my map and compass, read a book by somebody that thinks in a way that I don't necessarily think on a daily basis. So, yes, skills I work on, every one of them. Even the skills that I'm best at, I work on them because I just like them and I like having skills. It's a toolbox. Okay, my favorite kit. I'm going to have to say would be my fire kit. But as an entirety, my favorite kit would be my reconnaissance and surveillance rig. So I'd go with that as my favorite kit. But my fire kit would be the best because, as I said in my skills, I like fire. And everybody does this, likes fire. Bug out location, number 8. Oh, shit. I have a bug out location, and I wouldn't even see a nuclear weapon going off in the closest city. But I don't stick to that. If you relegate yourself to a bug out location, you're focused on one area and one area alone, and that becomes your drive and your motivator. But you forget, what if that place was compromised? Then all other plans fall apart. So you must be able to adapt and be flexible in your situation as it comes, man. Roll with the punches. That's what it is. So a bug out location is great, but being adapt and flexible to the situation, living anywhere or surviving anywhere, is more important than a bug out location. Hence, skills, read your books, carry a good knife. I would say that was one of my biggest things. That's a knife is out of my kit. It'd be my knife, other than my fire kit. My weight in my bug out bag, 35 pounds. I have a unique ability. I've located water resources along the route to my bug out location, but yet I've also resourced water routes to alternate locations or alternate places that I could hold up until I could figure out what I'm doing. So 35 pounds. I live in the desert, and if you don't resource your water areas and use those and study and learn where they're at, you're probably going to die where I live. Because if you don't have water during the summer here, you're just going to die. Knowledge and skills. As anybody, always knowledge and skills. That's a question that always adapting, always learning, and always training. Always training. Keep your training up, whether it's your body, your mind, or just your spiritual health. Not trying to go all religious on you, but spirit as in keeping your energy. I guess I've been reading too many yoga books, whatever. So keeping your energy up and doing what you got to do. You keep your skills. Always keep your skills. And hence, these books can be part of your skills. And they can reinforce your skills when the teacher is no longer available. Okay, well, I'm out 8 minutes, and I guess whenever this stops. That's my response, and right on, man. Keep going. This is a response to a tag by Creative Redundancy. Check him out. His channel's good.